Hi guys, it's Joey and this is my vlog for this week with the rune Hagall, and I'm going to touch on the meanings to start with and then read most but not all of through my journal from the week of this rune. As we progress through the weeks, a lot of it is increasingly personal, and Bay Moon mentioned this. He doesn't feel comfortable sharing everything, with the runes because it is such a personal thing. And week to week it does get more and more personal, more and more private perhaps. So there are elements of this I will probably sort of touch on but sort of flit over. And talking of Bay Moon, look Bay Moon, look, I got one. Okay, so the rune is about delay and elementary disruption and sort of disruption outside of your own control. Sometimes it takes on a negative tone, but quite often it's to sort of make you step back and go with the flow, and it can be a real necessary delay to change life direction or thought patterns. And in emotions, I guess, yes. In emotions and magic, it can be quite different from this. It's a slow but sure evolution, self-security, and helps keep negative energies at bay. And I read a particular interpretation of the rune, which was confrontation with past patterns of behaviour. Hail shocks you with stinging hardness, confrontation, and then it melts into water, which creates the germination of seeds, transformation. And I think that's been quite prevalent for me this week. Hard shock followed by a better understanding. So when I first started contemplating on this rune, excuse me, gosh, a little bit under the weather. Argonite here kept coming up, like images of it kept popping up, and it reminds us of our true centre, our true self, as new energies enter our life or life unfolds. So it can represent our spiritual and physical growth and how we interact with the world or life, and it will help clear and balance the chakras. So that crystal kept coming up, and that was interesting because it was the crystal to work with this week in order to confront those past patterns and help evolve your inner balance, keep your chakras clear so they would be open to the growth, to balance yourself so you didn't feel completely lost in the scenario, in the situation. Fox picture on Facebook came, and obviously fox is my totem, and it was all about Om. As basically as possible, Om is a simple chant with a complex meaning, often chanted 3 times at the start and 3 times at the end of a yoga session. Om is the whole universe coalesced into a single sound and represents the union of mind, body, spirit, which is the heart of yoga. When chanted, the sound is A-U-M, Aum. And I actually saw this picture 5 minutes before a situation which really stressed me out, which I thought was interesting, the universe preparing me for that. Prior to this I also noticed we had belladonna growing outside, from poison to poison. So a situation recurred which left me feeling cold and alone. I don't think I need to go into that any more than that. And then later I found the following quotes. Forgive yourself for not being at peace. The moment you completely accept your non-peace will be transmuted into peace. Anything you accept fully will get you there, will take you into peace. This is a miracle of surrender. Eckhart Tolle. Was shared by Emma Raven Noir. She's truly inspirational, witchy within my life, and she quite often shares things which really do resonate with me and help me through difficult times. Like frequently she's sharing stuff and quotes and ideas and things which really do touched my heart. So thank you to Emma Raven Noir for this week, if you see this. So that really helped me with that situation, to sort of be alright with the fact that I was not at peace. Like, quite frequently, you know, you get to a situation and people are telling you that you should let it go, you should ignore it, as if as if you're not human somehow and these things don't affect you. Now, obviously, there is a point where you have to understand that they want you to be okay, they want you not to be hurting and things. But then there's the balance of the situation where, of course, certain situations are going to upset you, anger you, and that is the healthy response to that situation. I'm not frivolous with my anger at all. I don't get angry very often. I get frustrated, everybody does, but angry, not so much. And I won't use the word hate with anybody. I've hated one or two people my entire life, and I don't like that feeling and how it makes me feel. And that's to do with, abuse. That's not to do with stupid everyday people who are petty. So, okay, a couple of days have passed and Copycat's at it again, blah blah blah, harassing other people who I care about now as well. Feeling that I need to remember to rely on myself more than others. Quite frequently people don't see honour and truth in as stronger terms as I do, and I really sort of hold high to this sort of code of honour, and it's part of being, perhaps following the Morrigan, it's part of just who I have always been. I've always felt let down at certain points by people throughout my entire life. And, when I was growing up in a teenage environment, I used to feel it on a daily basis, because I felt like people shouldn't be behaving that way, and I wouldn't behave that way. I mean, everybody, everybody fails, everybody does stupid stuff, everybody says stupid stuff, we're all human. But I always had that really strong sense of, why would you do this to another human being? Why? And that stayed with me, and my strong, perhaps unyielding sense of honour sometimes can mean that I'm quite at odds with the world. The following quote was on Facebook, and this resonated with me at this point incredibly so. I, for one, am not a follower, nor would I want to be. Why should I allow another to block my view and give me their perception of what I could and should see with my own eyes? A good reminder to trust my own instincts. I am a huntress, my senses are quick, my instincts are strong. Doubt, if you will, I know I'm not wrong. This quote is me. This week is teaching me to value my own instincts and intuition, which have been quick and proven correct. I am a huntress of Morrigan. I sense the subtle and not so subtle energies of those wishing me harm. Additionally, I have decided that I have to be careful with giving away any of my power, especially to those who want to hurt me on purpose. I've done what I needed to do in being honest about things, and therefore I will now allow whatever will come from this to come from it. I also need to remember the patheticness of this person. I came across a quote, whoever is trying to bring you down is already beneath you, already below you, and that it's so true. Only those lacking in personality and substance would do such things. As Hagall is confronting past patterns, how I react and what I allow, the disruptive event outside of my control, and then the transformation and evolution to change how I react and behave. Also been drawn to the Ouija board imagery imagery rather than the actual boards. I probably wouldn't have a board. My parents both had really negative experiences with it, and given that I'm blood tied to them and nothing else, I don't know it's a good idea. Divination, spirit messages, dark half of the year. Offers of gifts have come flooding in as well. The universe helping me feel part of a community, helping show that others feel my worth. And as well as the deadly and beautiful herbs keep coming up. I harvested the belladonna from outside. I've not got that in shot, it's drying. And ordered hemlock oil and mandrake oil and belladonna oil. These symbols, the Ouija board, the belladonna, the hemlock and mandrake, are powerful tools when treated with respect. They are rich in history and often willfully misunderstood and or misused by others. It is treating them spiritually with respect and reverence that brings personal power, magic and transformation. Those who are willfully ignorant and steal from others without doing the hard work and lie all the time will poison themselves eventually. I also created this is a few days ago, I also created the first set for Samhain, the Death Orchid set, with its uniqueness and unusualness and its power flowing through it from my every being of my fibre. My love from the Morrigan came forth. I am her true daughter. I heard a crow call out as I wrote that, and it helped me to reconnect with my individuality. Next day, utilising full moon energies, creatively I've been on fire. I created the melted Wicked Witch Oz spell orb and the ruby slipper votive. Here's one. This is the second one. Look at that. Look at that. So cool. I love that idea. I am mentally buzzing with creative ideas. I've also adorned my Mabon altar. It's often quite weird to me how in a lot of ways I feel almost disconnected, feeling increasingly reclusive this week, but then again that could be Mabon and the dark half of the year and going into oneself. Oops, sorry camera. And then on another side I feel so creatively on fire, which is obviously a gift from the spiritual realm and is a part of me. I'm not sharing that, that's just for my reference. I've had so many offers of gifts this week, a lot of them Halloween themed, as well as my ordered Halloween items arriving, which always brings me joy. The thought of kindness passes through me. Sorry about that. And the quote from Memoirs of a Geisha, it keeps popping into my head. None of us find as much kindness in this life as we should. I found myself contemplating this over and over, and found myself in multiple situations this week where I've had a choice. And the best possible answer to these choices is to be kind. I've also received numerous kind offers of gifts, appreciation and support in videos and messages from other people outside of myself, and it's helping me with feeling withdrawn and reclusive. It's helping me feel part of the community again. Mandrakes played an interesting role this week. Mandrake. I've been almost obsessed with it, as if the divine has been bothering me over and over and over and over to get Mandrake. So I got the oil, along with the other poisonous oils. Although I'm pretty sure actually the belladonna in this one isn't actually toxic. I know the hemlock is very toxic and you have to be very, very careful with it. And I managed to grab a Mandrake from Pagan Dreams despite it being out of stock for ages, and I actually got the very last one of people eating it. I mean, I don't understand what's going on with it in a minute. So I looked into why this herb was drawing me. So firstly, it's strongly connected with Hecate and crone energy, which is why the wand I created this week is in shot. You know, the dark half of the year going into Mabon, those crone energies are obviously prevalent right now. So it's also used for protection, fertility, money, love and health. A whole mandrake placed in the home will give a home protection, fertility and prosperity. Hung on a headboard for protection whilst asleep, carried to attract love, and worn to prevent illness. Where there is mandrake, demons cannot reside, and so it is used in exorcism, from Cunningham's Herbal Encyclopedia. It also occurs to me that the mandrake is often misrepresented by the media. For example, in BBC Smilin they poisoned mines using mandrakes, and it's often shown to be like, so used as a voodoo doll to hurt people. There is a rich history of the mandrake being used as a puppet, so the idea of that is accurate, although most references that I found are actually for love magic rather than harming magic. So, image then. A root so magical and rich in lore is often given a negative spin because of its looks. Perception, what people think and how reality is constructed from thoughts and opinions more than supposed fact. The delicate balance of good opinion, living by example even if others willfully misunderstand and judge. I also found 3 perfectly dried poppy heads. These gorgeous, I mean look at these. Right, I found these outside my home, dried like this. Isn't that insane? Beautiful. 3 of them, made in Mother Crone, just perfectly dried. They're also tied up with the lore of Demeter, Mabon, as well as being tied with sleep, fertility, luck, wealth, dreams, dream protection, and therefore going forth this week into next week I think are going to be playing an important role, and being protected whilst asleep is going to be playing a important role as well, that people might be trying to send negative things whilst asleep, you know, while you're most vulnerable, because I've had so much popping up here, there and everywhere which sort of indicates, you know, be protected while you sleep. So I think overall that is it this week. I think that's everything we have to say about Hagall. I think I've touched on everything that's in the shot. So I will finish up by just thanking everybody for their kindness this week. I did mention it, and there have been a lot of people, you know, offering to help me or send gifts and things. Often I feel quite guilty about people offering to send gifts, and I feel guilty about it because literally my financial situation is quite difficult. My store is my only personal means of income, so I take great pride in all of my store and everything, and when I buy things such as the oils, which are actually going to be utilised in the store, excuse me, that comes from the profit of the store itself, and I just cannot afford to be sending everybody nice things, free things and everything. So, oh, I forgot I was going to have my beautiful Halloween charms from Sandra. Never mind. I was going to have those in shop. I forgot. So, thank you to everybody who offers me gifts. I'm sometimes really apprehensive about accepting, just because I can't give back as much as I would like. Shipping is a problem. You know, if you're people, when they offer from different countries, the problem is sometimes if you forget to put gift on the label, or even sometimes if you do, then customs charge you a fortune. And the truth of it is I can't accept gifts that are going to cost me £20–30 each time that customs charge me for the privilege of accepting it. And literally I just can't afford to do it. You know, £20–30 is a week's worth of food, or you know, a fairly large order of stuff for ingredients for making stuff for my store. It's just money I cannot afford to be spending, unfortunately. So that is it for the rune video. I do appreciate everything that you guys, you know, offer, and all the support and the, you know, love mail, and then the videos of people showing that they're happy with stuff I've made for them. It really touches my heart. You know, I never ask anybody to do that for me, and I never encourage anyone to do that for me. If people like what I do, then they make the videos, and I am truly touched by your honesty and that you like everything, you know. So thank you to everybody, and many blessings.